Hi, I'm Joy Huber, an author, award-winning international presenter, and business communications expert who now helps professional businesswomen feel better instantly by communicating more assertively and effectively and learning how to manage all of the difficult people in their world. Why? As I just said, so you feel better instantly. I want to help you lower your stress at night so you can get a good night's sleep. I want to help you end your frustration because you don't know what to do or where to turn or how to handle these different types of difficult people. I want to help you with the anger that you feel in conflict situations when you're dealing with different types of difficult people. I'd love to teach you how to learn not to cry in conflict. I've worked with a lot of women that say, unfortunately, they take it personally or they feel the tears welling up and they begin to cry, which they know is an unprofessional response. I also really want to help you reduce your worry and anxiety. You know, that feeling we get in our stomach about going back the next day to a difficult situation. Now really think to yourself, do you know any difficult people? Do you know any difficult people? I'm sure you probably do. In fact, you're probably going, I don't have enough fingers and toes to be able to count all of the difficult people that are in my world. Well, that's what I want to talk to you about today. So if you know any difficult people, please keep watching. If not, you can stop watching this video. I'd like to talk to you in particular about a couple types of difficult people in our world. And the first type is our customers. We all have heard the saying, the customer is always right. Well, not always. So how do we make them not feel wrong? How do we keep them as a customer? We need them to have a good experience at our organization so they'll come back time and time again so we get to keep our jobs because our company has all these customers. But what do you do when the customer's being difficult? Here's another type of difficult people that you may recognize. How about your coworkers? What are you to do with your coworkers when they are the difficult people in your world? What's really challenging about coworkers is you have no direct supervisory authority over these individuals. Again, this leaves a lot of women stumped where they have the anger, the anxiety, the frustration, the stress. Well, fear not, help is here. I'm here to provide a solution. I'd like to tell you a little bit more about me. As I said in the opening, I'm an award-winning international presenter. What that means is I've traveled all over North America for years delivering seminars, workshops, keynote speeches to associations and companies, college groups, the government, and hospitals. I have literally worked with thousands, probably tens of thousands of women by now, and I have a lot of experience in helping people with a variety of difficult people and a variety of conflict and challenging situations, both in their professional and their personal world. Why I created this whole system I want to talk to you about for thriving around difficult people is simple. I could not find a comprehensive tool out there that was quick and easy to get through, that gave you tips that you could immediately implement with confidence. And so I have an undergraduate degree in education and experience traveling all over North America for years, talking to tens of thousands of individuals. And I thought, I'm going to have to be the one that ends up creating this comprehensive system because I've looked all over at Barnes & Noble, on the internet, and I could not find a one-stop resource that included everything a woman really needs in order to be able to thrive around difficult people. Now, I want to be able to help you immediately, right now, so you can take this information and use it at work tomorrow or later on the very next difficult person that you encounter. So I'd like to address in this video a couple of the most commonly asked questions I hear about dealing with difficult people. And the first one is, why are people so difficult to begin with? Now, for simplicity purposes, since I don't want this video to go on for hours, I break difficult people into two types. And you have to know, this is so important, ladies, you have to know what type of difficult person you have on your hands, and that helps you decide what strategies or tips to use to be able to thrive around them. So we'll break them down into two types. And the first type is simply the type that is being difficult because they are miserable. And we all know misery loves company. So if they have spiraled downward and they're throwing a pity party and feeling bad for themselves, they say, you know, who else can I make feel miserable? And they achieve this by coming into your office or your cubicle and by simply pushing your buttons. Since we're all human, we're all emotional beings. They push your emotional buttons, you have a negative reaction, and they leave and think, yeah, another one bites the dust. I really believe is this type of person's theme song, and another one down, and another one down. So that's the first type of difficult people that we have on our hands. The second type of difficult person you may be dealing with is someone that you perceive to be different. In reality, they are really just very different from you. And I just said it, you perceive them to be difficult, but in reality, they're really very different from you. They have a different behavioral or maybe a different personality, a very different communicative style. Well, you see, with these two different types, we have to employ different strategies to truly be able to thrive around them. A second question that I get asked a lot is, Joy, what is the biggest mistake that you see or hear of businesswomen making around difficult people? And definitely the biggest mistake is doing nothing. So a lot of women, too many women I've worked with, they've done nothing but hope. They hope that the situation improves. They hope that their difficult person maybe gets fired or ends up leaving the organization and finds a new job. But when you think about it, is that really the solution for you to ultimately thriving around difficult people? Because who's going to come in and replace that person? I hate to say it, but they might be even worse. So we've got to have tools to be able to thrive around these people. Hope is definitely not a strategy, and you need to get in your hands a system so you'll know what to do when you're dealing with the type who's miserable or the type who you perceive as difficult. Really, they're just very different from you. They require different strategies. Now, I have 10 additional questions. In fact, I made a list of 12 questions that businesswomen ask me about difficult people, and I actually created a 5-page report that I give you as a free bonus when you access my entire system on how to thrive around difficult people. So some of the other questions that I address in this free insider's guide or bonus report include, what do you do with the difficult person that constantly interrupts you? How rude. They drive you crazy. You can't take it anymore. What do you do with the difficult person who's almost the flip opposite of that? They ignore you. They won't acknowledge you. They give you the silent treatment. That can almost be worse. How do you appear more assertive? What are some tips so people at work will take you seriously as a woman and show respect for you? What's something you could say to the person who's very negative, very unhappy, and they're obviously just trying to drag you down with them? What do you say to the person that you get in frequent conflict with and you just don't know what else to say aside from, you're wrong? So what can you say to that person? Those are a few of the additional questions that I address in my bonus Insider's Guide, the top 12 questions businesswomen ask about difficult people. But what you want to do right now to check this all out is go to managedifficultpeoplenow.com. Again, that website is Manage Difficult People Now. As the URL says, we want to be able to handle them immediately. Who wants to wait to get solutions? And I tell you what, actually on that website, I'm giving away right now a free mini course. And the one I'm currently offering is a really good one. It's called 12 Phrases Every Business Professional Must Know. Make sure you sign up for those 12 phrases because they're not all included in the system, but they complement the material in the system really well. I've even got a phrase in there about how you can ask for a raise as the economy continues to improve. You need to know that to get your fair compensation, salary, and benefits package after you've put in all these additional hours, while maybe others were downsized and you felt fortunate to hang on to your job. But as the time comes to ask for a raise, get that phrase, and it's available at managedifficultpeoplenow.com when you box in the middle. All I need is your name and email. I don't need your address. I don't need your phone number.